Good evening, it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this Kia Venga. Brian is my name, and this video is for anyone that is thinking about buying something like a Kia Venga or this particular car here. I'm going to show you some reasons why I think it's a very, very good car. If there's any information you want on the car, please do not hesitate to give me a shout. 086 843 1945. We're using the workshop this evening, so apologies, the lighting is not brilliant in through here, but it's just so dark at this time of year. Anyway, let's have a look around the car. So if you're somebody that's looking for a car that's got a nice elevated driving position, but you don't want something that's too big and bulky, and if you want something that's got a good level of equipment and especially an automatic gearbox, then this car might be worth considering for you. So let's start by looking at the styling on the car overall. Things worth considering here are the car is completely colour coded, so bumpers, door handles, wing mirrors, they're all the same colour. It has front fog lights in this particular specification, and it's also got alloy wheels, which are nicer looking than the normal steel wheel. At this level of specification, you also get privacy glass on the rear windows, which give it a nice upmarket look, and they're also practical to keep the sun out of young children's eyes. But for most people who are going to buy a car like this, it's really not essentially style that they're looking for, it's more practicality. These are a very, very well thought out vehicle. The boot in the car is nice and big overall, but there's one clever feature on these cars because you can actually drop down the boot, which ends up giving you then a much deeper load area. However, if you want a flat section for sliding things in and out of, then as you can see, you can just raise the boot floor back up, so it's much easier for loading stuff in and out. And these cars actually come with a spare wheel as well. A lot of cars these days don't, so actually it still has a spare wheel, which is becoming pretty rare on cars. Moving on then into the back of the car, keeping with the theme of practicality, we will have electrics for rear windows. There's a tri-lock in through here, and then the rear seating again is nice and high because of the style of the car overall, but the seats in these cars actually slide backwards and forwards, like the way they would slide backwards and forwards in the front of a car. So that means when you slide them forward, you actually get a larger boot, but if you want, then you can actually slide the seat backwards, and that means you've got much more leg room in the back of the car here then. Again, keeping on the theme of practicality, look at that. Once you slide those front seats all the way down, you end up with a load area that's as big as a commercial vehicle. The other cool thing about that function is as well, you can also recline the back seats, so it's a much more comfortable place to be. And the legroom is actually pretty good in these. So if you look at the headroom overall, it's high off the ground, so the headroom is good, but the legroom is damn good as well. And over here then, I've got a nice big armrest. It's actually a very comfortable car to sit in the back of as well. I do apologise about the light, but just to show you in terms of safety, there is ISOFIX on the rear left-hand side and the rear right-hand side. You have 3 head restraints and you've got 3 3-point safety belts all the way across. And when it comes to safety, all these doors have steel bars down the side for side impact protection. In behind those front wheels then, there is things like emergency brake assist, emergency brake distribution and anti-lock brakes. And a car like this then is going to have an airbag up here, it's going to have an airbag in the side of my seat, and even in front of me here as a passenger, it's going to have an airbag there, plus the obvious places that you'd expect, like the steering wheel as well. So like we were saying, this car is extremely practical, and I think you can see that from the features that we've talked about so far. This is an automatic gearbox, so I think that's going to be one of the key attributes for anyone that's looking for a car like this. As we move into the front of the car, things like electrics for windows and mirrors are up through here. This seat is height adjustable. Seats are in really, really nice condition throughout in this vehicle, and what's cool is they actually have armchair recliners on both sides. So that means you've got an armrest over here, your passenger has an armrest on the right, you've got an armrest on the left as a driver, and you've got another armrest in through here. So it's a really comfortable place to be. The main thing that people love with these cars, and I always do this in the showroom, when someone comes in to look, because we sell the iX20, which is a very similar car, I just say, go sit in the driver's seat. And pretty much everyone that sits in the driver's seat gets out with a smile. It's a really comfortable driving position. So that means when you're looking around you, and again, apologies about the light in through here, just with the time of the year, this is the kind of visibility. So the car feels high off the ground like an SUV, but as you see on the outside, it's no bigger than a normal hatchback car. But people love that elevated driving position. So first of all, then we can see our gearbox, which is park, reverse, neutral and drive. And after that then there is things like USB connectors for iPod and general auxiliary if you want to play music or charge mobile phone. And what's also cool actually when you go backwards on these cars, parking sensors, because this is a higher specification, it has parking sensors at the back as standard as well. Sitting in the car then, this is the view. You're going to see these nice big white clocks over here. Then we have controls for Bluetooth, and after that then the airbag that we talked about. The seat we saw was height adjustable, and then the steering wheel has a rake reach function, which means we can go in and out and up and down. With the armrest, with the adjustable seat and the adjustable steering wheel, it's very difficult not to get a really nice driving position in a car like this. Other controls then down to our left include things like the radio with CD player, which also controls the auxiliary, and also things like air conditioning down through here. So I think it's fair to say the car is well equipped, it's practical, it's really comfortable overall. And we actually know this car pretty well. We actually traded the car into the garage here in 2016, and the last owners actually kept the car till pretty much 2020 now. The car's travelled just about 73,000 kilometres, and we've carried out all the servicing on the vehicle for the last 4 years since the owners had bought it from us. It's grand when there's a car like this because we know the car already, you can give the customer some peace of mind. It's also going to be supplied with an NCT, and it's also going to be supplied with a warranty as well. So let's go for a drive down into D, away you go. So the whole idea with this car is left arm and left leg are doing absolutely nothing whatsoever. I know it's dark again, I apologise, I would rather do this in the daylight, but just this time of year it just gets way too busy and it's very hard to get the videos done because the daylight is short. But in terms of how the car drives, in terms of how the car feels, condition for the year of the car, I think it's very fair overall. The car drives very well, and in terms of visually how it looks on the outside, it's in extremely presentable condition overall. We are quite happy selling the car, so that'll give you some peace of mind that it is worth coming to look at. And then how it drives up the road. Automatics are brilliant. And you know what's really cool in this car actually? The armrest in through here, it is so nice. So literally my hand's doing this, I know you should have two hands on the wheel. Hands there, arm is here nice and comfortable, left leg's doing nothing, put my foot down. I know this is the characteristics of an automatic car, but for the price point a car like this is at, the size of the car, the practicality overall, this is damn good value for money as far as I can see. You're getting a car that's well thought out, it's comfortable, it's practical, it's automatic, and you're not breaking the bank. So anyway, hopefully the video has been useful. Hopefully the car is of interest. If there's any information you want in the car, Brian is my name. Come to the garage, just ask for Brian. If you want information before you travel about trade-ins or finance, 086 843 1945. Hopefully the car is of interest, and thanks for taking time to watch. Yeah, and PS, sorry about the quality of the video. It's just the only time of year I can fit these kind of things in, so I know it's not great. If you want a better quality video, give me a shout and I'll try and do my best to send it on to you. Thanks.